Hey guys and gals, Jim back here, and I got something a little bit different this time. I had these two kits sitting around for quite a few years, and I decided to pull them out, and I built them this past winter, and all that, and I'm finally getting around to do a video on them. This is the original USA-1 Everett Jasmer's monster truck, and the USA-1 1963 split window Corvette. And the interesting thing about this kit is with the Corvette, if you went online to USA1.com, they gave you directions. It came with the Corvette came with like 4 different engines that you could build for it, different versions. It gave you instructions how to cut everything apart as far as the chassis, the interior, the rear of the interior, to tub it for Pro Street and everything. It came with the different sets of tires. For the tubs, it told you to use the little plastic cylinders from the rolls of Scotch tape dispensers to make the wheel tubs and everything. I didn't go that route. I'll get into that in a little bit, but this is when monster trucks were monster trucks, before they came out with all the high-tech frames and the stuff that they do now, the off-road type suspensions and stuff. This is back in the days when all they pretty much did was exhibitions, doing car crushing and stuff like that. So we'll go through it a little bit here. And I don't have a turntable because mostly what I build is the big sci-fi models, and especially the Enterprise models, 2-3 feet long. It's kind of hard to spin things around on a turntable, especially when you got 12-volt plugins hooked to them and stuff, and everything gets tangled. But like I said, I built these back in the winter months, and pretty much just out of box. I didn't really do a whole lot of detailing as far as the engines went and stuff. I did the interiors, the burgundy. I used, I think it was British Crimson. It's like a maroon color. That's what I used for the interiors. That's what I saw on the photos of the original monster truck and everything. I lowered the light bar by about 1/8 of an inch because it was sticking way too high for what they should be over the roof and stuff. So I lowered the light bar to make it fit more proportionate and stuff. I used a piece of sheet styrene for the bed cover and everything like that. So paint, I used white pearl, duplicolor. It's the Toyota white pearl color, and that's what it was painted. It was a white pearl. Same with the wheels. I did it with the white pearl. The when I build model car kits, I usually scuff up the treads on the tires to make them look like the real deal and stuff. As far as the engine compartment goes, like I said, nothing fancy. I thought about detailing it a little bit. I haven't done something like that for a lot of years, but I just like I said, I built it out of box and everything. And I know a while back I did a video on the more modern style Bigfoot and snakebite trucks from back in the early '90s, mid '90s, and stuff. So this one, this one's just the basic original monster truck framework and stuff when they first came out with it and stuff, and kind of hard to pick it up without the body flipping off the front. But just basic, use the satin black on the frame and everything to give it just a little bit of shine and stuff and all that. Rear of the truck, pretty much nothing special. It's a cool little model and stuff, and it came with if you wanted to build fender flares, make it I guess it came with parts if you just built a stock pickup, without the monster truck frame and everything. It had the fender flares, if you wanted to make it like an off-road type vehicle and stuff. But that the monster truck itself didn't have the flares on it and stuff, so it was just basically the regular stock pickup body on top of the modified frame stuff. So that's that model and everything. I think it's pretty cool. It turned out okay and all. And like I said, this is back when monster trucks were monster trucks. I used to go to quite a few of those events, and I still occasionally get into the truck and tractor pulls. They got a big one out by me in Mendota, Illinois, every Labor Day weekend. All the big boys, the pro pro stock tractors, what they call them, with the 3, 4, 5, 6 Hemis on them and stuff. Two-wheel, four-wheel drive pulling trucks classes, and the little mini tractors, the supercharged tractors. Those are the ones like, they resemble the farm tractors, but they're all decked out with a big diesel and blowers and everything on them. So I've always gotten into that stuff. I wish AMT had come back out. These are AMT kits, by the way, 1/25th scale. But I wish they'd come back out with the Orange Blossom Special. Man, I've seen that vehicle many times back in the day when it used to do the circuit and everything at all the exhibitions and stuff at back in Chicago and stuff like that. The Corvette, it's got the matching paint scheme and everything. Same with that. I used the Pro White. This is a junk kit. I mean, once you get past the body, everything just goes all hell. Like I said, they gave you 4 different choices for engines, injected, stock, supercharged and stuff. I went with the blown version and everything. I didn't do the wheel tubs. I just went with the drag slicks and everything. I did have to file out I made a template because I had to file out the wheel wells to get to fit the drag slicks because the wheel wells were too small in that. But like I said, I made a template, so I got them both the same and everything. Interior is the same. It's a kind of maroon color. I didn't really do a whole lot of detailing and everything. I painted up a little bit, tried to get the gauges on the dash. Once I got the engine built and tried to stick it in the frame, I'll show you right now. I had to hack the hell out of the front of the frame, and I didn't even finish nothing or anything like that. It's hot glued in there to keep it in place. Those headers, I had to cut about a 1/2 inch off of them because the way that they were made, they're supposed to shoot straight down like a gas coupe and stuff would have. Well, they made the car stand up about that high like it was popping a wheelie. So I had to hack the hell out of them to make them right and everything. None of the exhausts that came for the different motor combinations fit on the manifolds or anything. It's just a junk kit. I don't know if they had a bunch of scrap molded parts that they threw in the box from different scales or what the story was, but it was once after the body and everything, the paint and getting the wheels, the interior, that was all pretty much smooth. But after that, it just went all to hell and everything. The engine, I had to file off the almost the whole part of the engine. Let's see if I can't get the hood off. I had to almost cut off the front half of the oil tank just to get the engine to sit in the right place to fit under to fit the opening for the blower and everything through the hood. Otherwise, the engine was sitting way out of place and everything, and it was like okay, what's the deal and everything. So like I said, whoever engineered it and designed this kit, it was just a piece of garbage. They'll call me back. But it's like, it's decent for a display. I'm ashamed at the way I had to go about, getting all the parts to fit together and stuff to make it look decent and stuff. But it's just it was just a junk kit. And all that. I think they just came out with it for a gimmick, have a hot rod. Everett Jasmer was in all type of hot rods and everything like that. And they had a whole series. They even had the more modern day, like the 2000 style Camaros and stuff that part of the USA-1, scheme and all that stuff. But this was this junk. I never cared much for AMT kits. I mean, I did. The Star Trek kits, they're decent. They lack in some detail, but they're pretty decent as far as all the parts fitting and stuff. But their cars, I never cared from. I used to build a lot of NASCAR model car kits back in the day, and they didn't look right. They didn't have the proper sit to them. When you had them all assembled, and they're supposed to be low to the ground. They were kind of raised up, and the rake wasn't there as far as, the lower front and that little bit raised up in the back and stuff. And even those kits were poor, and the bodies were incorrect and stuff on a lot of them and stuff. They weren't the correct proportions and stuff as the real stock car bodies and stuff. And I just never cared for AMT. I mean, the monster trucks ain't bad that they had. There's a few kits they had, maybe airplanes or ships or something. I don't know, exactly what they used to do back in the day. But I never liked their car kits. They just didn't go together well, and there's a lot of issues with them. And this one this one was just a piece of garbage. I was almost just going to not finish it and toss it, but I figured, well, just for a display side by side, if you don't pick it up and show people what you had to hack off and make everything fit and stuff, and even to get the exhaust to fit, you couldn't use the stock, the frame with the floorboard and stuff. You had to hack half of that, the different angle side members and stuff on the frame, where the engine mounts. You had to hack all that stuff just to make the engine set right and stuff, and it's like, okay, whatever. So it is what it is. It looks nice as a pair together, just on display. But other than that, like I says, I'm not really proud of the job I had to hack all the stuff off to get the engine to sit right in there. The monster truck came out pretty decent. That wasn't too bad. The decals, being that they were a little bit older, I did have to kind of soak them and wipe over them because they were starting to get a little yellowed and stuff on the edges. But soaking them and wiping over with a damp paper towel, I got rid of all that. It's just the glue gets discolored and stuff, but you can wipe it off and everything. So, but then the decals worked okay. They were also a little bit brittle from age and stuff too. So, but other than that, like I says, nothing fancy. It is what it is. I was disappointed in the car kit, like I said, and that's the reason I didn't detail up the engines on them, because no sense if I'm going to do, I wanted to do them both together and stuff and kind of detail them both alike, but there's no sense in detailing up the engine on the monster truck and not doing the Corvette car and everything, being that you're not going to open the hood and show off the butcher job that you had to do just to make it fit right and stuff. So, but anyway, that's that. I thought I'd do a little bit of a build and a little video for some of the car guys out there, because I know I got a few car guys that subscribe to my channels, and I subscribe to theirs too and stuff. So that's that, and we'll be talking to you soon. I'm going to be getting back into finishing up that 200 scale space shuttle to go along with my Man in Space set. And then I'll get back into my sci-fi models and stuff like that. I got some dioramas I want to do. I already got some of the models assembled. I just need to make bases, little diorama bases, little scenes for them and stuff. And then I'll probably get into my either the Millennium Falcon, the 144th Force Awakens Millennium Falcon with all the lighting and photo etch, or I may do a car kit or something like that. I got the 1989 Michael Keaton Batmobile, which was one of my favorite Batmobiles out of all the Batman movies. I want to try to do maybe a little bit of lighting on that, but that one's got some warpage issues that you just can't get rid of and stuff. And they go back to day one when they first popped that kit years ago, and it's never been corrected and stuff. So I'm going to see what I can do with that. What else do I? That's pretty much. I got my couple different, my two AMT, the polar lights, the 1/1000 scale Enterprise NX01 and NX01 refit. So I got those to work on. So I'll be doing a few builds and stuff in the next couple months and all that, and we'll go from there. And maybe they'll come out with something new and cool. And I'm thinking about possibly, I'm not too much in the figures, but I'm thinking about the new polar lights, the new Godzilla. It's like 16 inches tall. It comes with a whole little scene with the streets with buildings that are all blown up and stuff, and he's holding passenger train cars in his hand and in his mouth and stuff. It's pretty cool. It's actually a pretty huge kit. If you get a chance, go over to HP Guy's workshop. He just did a out of box review and build on it and everything. It's a huge kit, and it doesn't look too bad for the age of it, being it's repopped. The seams, if you want to work on them, you can, but it doesn't look bad even if you don't work on the seams, because they kind of blend in with the detail, the raised detail as far as the scales and all that stuff goes. But it's pretty cool, so I might think about that. So we'll go from there. So till the next time, thanks for watching. Thanks to all my subscribers. Thanks to all the new subscribers I've been picking up. Thanks for the comments. Thanks for the like, hitting the like button. And like I said, if you ever want to contact me in the comments, if you got questions about learning, how I do stuff, you can email me and I'll get back in touch with you then, and we can take it from there. So, like I said earlier, you guys have a nice weekend. Take care. Stay cool if you're in places where it's going to heat up again. And we'll talk to you soon. Have a good one. Bye.